Hello and welcome back to the Single Malt Review. December marches on, and so do we, after Dave scoring a critical hit on the previous whiskey, attacking the head for massive damage. The streak is well and truly, the streak of 1 for 1 at any rate, well and truly marching on. So can we extend it to a 2, or do we end up back in the mud, restarting again? Time will tell.
Yesterday's drink by the dram from our advent calendar was, of course, called Ela 12, and we guessed that pretty much a bang on.
Yes, it was. Can I find the 2, the first test of the day? Yes, I can. And we're going to use now modern technology to get into here.
It's a sturdy old calendar.
It is. Nothing damaged in the post here. Right. Ratch that one open there. Alright, everyone, look away. Oh, dropping it. Oof, here we go. And we're going to leverage the tool once again to just
Must prove that sturdy wax seal.
Nuke this wax off. Got to be said, wax seals go. These ones are protective. Oh, the struggle.
Is it a tiny screw cap under there?
It is a tiny screw cap. So the wax seals are a bit like, in terms of what they're actually doing, I don't know. But here we go. Okay.
For any kind of leakage or seepage in transit, though, which is, I'm sure, admirable.
And we're going to do the blind pour. I might have got lion's share there. I'll give you a little bit more. There we are.
Now we'll conceal the bottle until we're ready to have finished making our guesses.
Boom. Okay. Right. Well, I got enough on my hand. I can do my nosing straight off that. Maybe not quite.
In France, we know a few things. It's definitely Scotch. It's either a single grain, blend, or single malt. So it's still a wide open field, but we've got a few things to go on.
So, maybe, I think, not given the gift of last one's mega obvious Colila, this one is
I think we may have a blend here.
Esoteric, yeah, it is. Well, I'm not ready to call it immediately, but it's definitely not quite as obvious as the previous.
In the previous advent calendars when we were competing, I did tend often to have my first impressions cement themselves in my brain, and then I'd often race off on the tangent and often be wildly wrong.
So let's see what we've got. We have a pale whiskey.
Yeah.
And that may become important later, so we need to remember that one when we're going back through our working. We have
it's a
whiskey that I think it's gentle, but I think it's got a little bit more than 40% on there.
Oh, interesting, okay.
I've got a pretty good nose for strength, and I think this is, and I'm setting myself up for a fall here, I think this is a little bit stronger than 40. I think this is 43, maybe going on 46, and that kind of steers me away from a blend at this early stage of the game anyway. On the nose, there's it's very bourbon dominant. There's a lot of coconut here, there's a lot of ex-bourbon wood, but that only takes us so far. So whatever we taste here.
Oh, there is. Oh, that's hot.
This is not a blend. This is malt. This is malt. It's young malt. It's pretty jolly
and it's fiery.
Something just flashed in my mind, but I'm not going to go there straight. I'm not going to chase spectres off a cliff, because we've all been that way before. This is young malt. This is stronger malt. I think this is at least 46. Well, I say 46. I think this is 46%. I think it's going to need a bit of water.
Oh, I've added some water, and the nose has gone very space-eyed.
It is pretty delicate. There's I think this is delicate in a way. This is delicate in a genuine way. And let me explain my thinking here. This strikes me as whiskey that is young because they don't have anything old to back it up with. I think we're dealing with a new distillery here.
Interesting. You think he may be Wolfburn?
I am thinking Wolfburn. I don't know, I'm not particularly current with the sort of raft of Wolfburn releases, but I think we're dealing with, if not Wolfburn, then I think we're dealing with another young distillery that doesn't have a lot of aged spirit to go with. Right. And working back from that, there are a few ones on the go at the moment because they are on a, well, right up until the whole COVID crisis put a stop to the lot of it. They were on a new distillery building spree over there in Scotland, and there's quite a lot out there. There is, I'm going to say, for another depressing meta pick, there is no way they're going to put a Daft Mill or something of that sort of mega boutique new distillery character into this box. Northburn, though.
Wolfburn?
Wolfburn, yeah. Well, it's in the north, I guess.
Yeah.
That I think is a bit more of a sound guess. So that's what I have, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I can discern any more from the whiskey than that. As for if it is Wolfburn, I'm not sure what one it is. It's probably the most sort of typical Wolfburn you get.
Is it certainly something that has not been top dressed with older whiskey, as far as my palate says. You've always been better than I am at the blind tasting, so
So that's my long answer is I think this is Wolfburn. I think it tastes young. I don't actually like it that much. I think it tastes younger than it should, and the only reason you would knock out a whiskey like this is if you didn't have anything older to top dress it with. I think it is a genuinely youthful whiskey that has nothing older to boost it with. So that's all I got.
If I was guessing purely on my own, I'd be so questioning this because it could be a Speyside heavy blend, either a blended whiskey or a straight up blended malt, which is rare these days. Obviously, but a blend certainly.
There's a rawness to it, which makes me think this is young single malt spirit.
That's probably what diverted my palate off to the thinking maybe a blend, that rawness you get from a high grain alcohol contribution.
So anyway, that's what I got. Can I steer you into my paddock with this one? Are we?
I'm certainly.
Or have you got a counter pick?
If I was in some bizarre circumstances forced to decide, then I'd go with your judgment and accept this is likely to be Wolfburn.
We don't have to decide. We can go with a pick each, and one of us just look awful, like extra bad. But
I simply can't narrow this down. Honestly, if I'm tasting just on my own cognizance, then this could be a single malt, it could be a blend.
With our powers combined, the pick is Wolfburn.
Yeah.
What is the gun the whiskey going to be? It's Wolfburn.
Nice.
Aurora.
Good. Yeah.
This is unprecedented. The streak continues.
46% ABV. No age statement.
No age statement. Because it's probably 4 to
3 to
5 years
5.
old. Yeah. It's pretty young. That's really gratifying.
Yeah.
That's. This is possibly you're watching a phenomenon. You're watching two men blind taste 12 whiskies in a row. It's never happened before. This is merely 2 of 12. How far can we go? I'm on fire now. I'm riled. This is the best. This is the best we've ever been. Wolfburn. Suck it. I don't like it, but I can guess it. Nothing to be said against Wolfburn. I think Wolfburn's a fine dram, but it's just very, very young at the moment.
It is good to try a single malt that has not been top dressed. This is raw young whiskey as, I guess, God intended. Yeah, no, it is. I'm dismissive of Wolfburn, but I think once we get a 10-year-old Wolfburn, I think it's going to go places once it gets older.
It has something to write home
young new distilleries, certainly. Yeah.
Right, catch us back tomorrow when the streak extends by a third
Day
whiskey.
3.
It's good. It's good to be right. All right.